Good morning, meteorologist Bob here for you with today's tropical update for Monday, July 18, 2011. We have our second named system of this Atlantic season this morning. We have Tropical Storm Bret. And this is 5 a.m. numbers here that I have on the chart here, but as of 8 a.m., it's about 65 miles north-northwest of the Great Abaco Island here, which is this island right here in the Bahamas. Still moving slowly off to the east-northeast at about 3 miles an hour, and maximum sustained winds are at 50. Again, this slow movement to the northeast is today. Then we're going to slowly start picking up speed here in the next day or two and move off to the north-northeast and then northeast and then out to sea. Again, this is going to be a fish storm, as we like to call them, moving away from land. Bad news. Really, for Florida and Georgia, it would have been nice, even South Carolina, it would have been nice to see some rainfall across this area. We still are pretty low, especially across Georgia, South Carolina here. So it would have been nice to see some rain from this system, a nice tropical storm to give us rain, but no such luck. It's actually dried out the atmosphere a lot here across Georgia and Florida. So no rain from this one. It's going to move out to sea, and that's really going to some good surfing here across Florida though the next couple days. So if you're anybody wants to get out and surf, it's really churning up the seas and giving us some good waves and a little bit of a swell. So for the surfers, that's good news. We're looking at the satellite as the visible loop this morning. You saw last night we had this little bit of blow up of convection. The center got tucked under that there for a little while, and that really brought up our wind speed a little bit. That convection's starting to wane again this morning, so I really expect to see Bret get much stronger this morning. Again, we might see a slow strengthening the next 24 hours. We might get up to 60 miles an hour. It's hard to be seen. Small storms like this, and let me just show you the visible loop here. You can see a lot of dry air here, really getting sucked down into this storm. And small storms like this get affected very quickly by dry air and wind shear. This is not a big storm. And you could see what that dry air really has done to it this morning. There's really no outflow, so to speak, here across the north and western side here. And that's really took a hit on the convection here. I mean, again, still a very nice, tight little center here, small storm. So it's not going to dissipate anytime soon, but I don't see it really getting much stronger. Like I said, we might get 55, 60 at the most, and then we'll see a slow decrease in strength as it moves up to the northeast here, as the wind shear will get stronger, and then it's going to get out of the warmer waters as well as once it gets up this way here. And you can see this dry air really has cleared out Florida, especially the northern and central peninsula, from any rainfall, and Georgia as well, as you could see. Now looking at the track, everybody was like, a lot of people were like, wow, I want this to go west. I want this to go to Florida. Is it going to come into the Gulf? Well, as you can see, what really blocked that from happening, we had this big heat high here over the central United States. This is our big heat wave that's ongoing right now. In order for this to move west, this high would have had to quickly move to the east and put the block on here. It did not do that. We still have this little bit of a trough here lingering across New England. This trough is actually going to strengthen a little bit as this high to the east and southeast strengthens as well and moves a little west. So it's kind of going to give it the nudge and then the kick up to the northeast here. So you can see the path of least resistance here, and this is where Bret's going to be moving in the next few days, out to sea. And again, wind shear right now, not too bad. You know, we're around 10, 15 knots, slow strengthening. If it wasn't for that dry air, you probably would have saw the storm strengthen even a little more. But then once we get more towards the north and northeast, we're going to get the 30, 40 knot wind shear start impeding on this system, and it'll be good riddance to Bret eventually here in a few days as it'll start to weaken. Again, models, really everybody's in pretty good agreement here, off to the slow drift to the northeast today, and then out to sea it goes, and really no deviation from there. I don't see anything changing, and it's going to be a fish storm, as we like to call them. GFDL, just going to show you real quickly here. You can see, again, pretty much in agreement here with that out to sea. Does bring it close to a hurricane here in about 24 hours. I don't know about that. I still think we're going to be about that 55, 60 mile an hour marker if it does strengthen a little bit more, and that'll be about it. HWRF model, again, the same thing. Really out to sea it goes. and again peaking at about 60 miles an hour. GFS, same thing, out to sea. All the global models are in agreement with that as well. And you can see as we move towards the end of this loop in about 7 days, we're almost going to get that same kind of setup again with another frontal system backdooring down the east coast. And be interesting to see as we have high pressure moving back down to New England and off in the Western Atlantic, and then here we go. Could we have Bret Part 2 next week in about 7 days? It's possible. This is the time of the year you get this stuff, so it's very possible we may see that again. So watch for that in about a week. Again, off the southeast coast. We'll watch an East Pac development here. As you can see, if we look at the wider view, we'll just take a quick wider view of the tropics. See, tropical Atlantic, clear as a bell, nothing going on. There's Bret, and here's our system here that's going to develop in the Eastern Pacific here. Possible next tropical system out there, but again, nothing in the Atlantic at all. Pretty normal for this time of year. That'll be it for my update today. Hope you all have a good day. We'll see you later.